Hello everybody. Recognise some faces, don't recognise some others. For those that don't know me, I'm Ben Lambert, and I want to talk to you tonight about 2121. Before I get on to that, quick question. Anybody in the room got any kids? Okay, keep your hands up. Anybody in the room got a sister? Okay, and anybody in the room got a brother? Okay, right. Well, the ones that have brothers, straight away I have a connection with you because I've got a brother. And this is him on the left with me, quite an embarrassing photo taken many years ago. And pretty much the story of our childhood is very similar to others. We had our little scrapes, but generally we got on pretty well. We've taken different paths though throughout our lives. I've kind of taken a more academic route, the more sort of traditional, maybe expected from our parents' side of things. My brother kind of went off the rails slightly, but very quickly got back on board. And something that I'm very proud of him for doing, but also quite fearful of him doing, when he was 19, joined or tried out to be a Royal Marine Commando. After, I think it was about 9 or 10 months of potentially the most gruelling training in the world for any armed services, he was awarded the highly coveted Green Beret and is now a Royal Marine Commando, which needless to say sends shivers through my mother's spine every single time she turns the BBC on. Now, this is Nick. This was a photo taken about 2 weeks ago. He's currently serving out in Afghanistan. He went out 4 days before his birthday. And for me, and every time I talk about him, and I try to kind of stay on track and kind of be professional in my approach to this, but it just sends tingles down the back of my spine to think of my little brother, who I used to climb trees with, being out in a war zone. And everybody in this room will have seen what's going on in Afghanistan, what's gone on in Iraq, and what's gone on in any war zone for the past 50 or so years. And for him to be out there, while it scares me, it's something that I'm incredibly proud of him for doing. The work that those guys out there are doing, irrespective of what we might think of the war efforts, what they're actually doing is definitely commendable in my book. These guys go out as kids. They go into the unknown. They're putting their lives on the line for other people that they probably don't know, that they probably will never meet. And I would hedge my bets that some of them don't fully grasp the end goal, the political aim of why they're out there, but they're doing it irrespective, and it's pretty scary. And some of them get injured, and the bit that the unthinkable really, for my brother and for any of his friends, they're putting their lives on the line, and it's just, every time I talk about it, words kind of, there are no words to express my feeling towards that. However, I'm sure you're not here to listen of a family tale of me and my brother. I'm sure it's there's other things you want to hear about. The one thing I want to talk to you about is a charity that work with the guys, girls who are out in Afghanistan that come back and have been injured either physically, mentally or psychologically. It's a charity called Help for Heroes. I'm sure you'll have heard it in some article, on the TV, through colleagues at work. They basically are the support, the person who's got their back, kind of, you know, without sounding too cheesy, in the darkest of nights, they're the hope, the potential dream at the end of, the light at the end of the tunnel, that these guys know that they've got somebody covering their back when they come back to this country. Yes, they've got family, yes, they've got friends, but have they got true support from a physical and psychological point of view? Help for Heroes does that. Help for Heroes does an amazing amount of work. Check out their website for all the details. One of the things I love about Help for Heroes is that not one penny that is raised for them goes to admin or operating costs. Every single penny raised all goes to the charity. So it's a charity that I've really gotten involved with, really kind of, it's got under my skin and made me want to do something. Kind of thought, actually, if my brother's out there fighting in Afghanistan, I'm going to be the shining light at the dining room table next time I go back to mum and dad's. Needless to say, I'm not jealous about that, but I thought, well, I need to kind of up my game and have them sort of, well, yeah, Nick's doing this. Well, what's Ben doing? So, I've stupidly, and I say stupidly because it is stupid if you think about it, decided to do 21 challenges across 21 months. Now, I'm not just talking a walk around Chiltern Water Park. These are, and the more I think about it, the more bonkers I think they are. This was actually the first challenge up in Whitley Bay. I don't know if any of you have had the pleasure. It's a lovely place. Quite cold on New Year's Day, needless to say. It's extremely cold when you go in the sea. In pair of shorts. Not a wetsuit, no lard, no nothing. It's cold, trust me. It's especially when it gets to about waist height, but we'll save that for another day. 2121 was a random concept that I came up with just before Christmas, and it was literally just a case of doing these 21 challenges. Some of them are on there. It involves things like, you know, running a marathon in Dubai. Why not? 30-degree heat, give it a go. I've stupidly now agreed to do the London Marathon dressed as a Royal Marine with a £30 backpack on. So needless to say, if I get a place, do watch out. I'm hoping to get on the BBC, but that would be an interesting personal best finish time, I'm sure. But 2121 is not just about raising money, which incidentally I've set a target of £10,000 to raise. If anybody wants to write me a cheque, please feel free. But it's moved on from that. It's not just about raising money for Help for Heroes. I don't want a wham bam thank you ma'am, that's it, one-off event. I want to start a movement of people following 2121 so that indirectly they're following Help for Heroes, they're following the armed servicemen and women, the people out on the front line, so that those guys know that actually they've got the entire country behind them. They know that their back is covered by every single person in this country. So my ask this evening is not for lots of money, but like I say, I'll quite happily accept it. It's to check out the website. This might be something that just, do you know what really turns you off and is not your kind of kettle of fish at all. But check it out, even if it just resonates a little bit and kind of ignites a little spark in you and you think, actually, yeah, I'm going to go check it out. I might tell my friends about it. I want to try and build a fund of £10,000, but I want to try and build a following of 10,000 people. Since the last time that this was presented, more and more people have got on board. We've since got our first corporate sponsors. The delightful people at Grant Thornton have agreed to sponsor all of my kit, travel expenses, which just makes my life easier, especially while I'm out in Middle Eastern heat doing these crazy marathons. So have a look at the website. If you want to get involved, and not just from a monetary perspective, if there's expertise, if there's support that you could offer, by all means get in touch, and hopefully we can make this something, you know, a pretty special thing. Thanks.